crafty friends, it's Diane the Creative Inkster. It is Monday, December 12th, 2022. The countdown to the holidays is on. Are you getting time off at Christmas? I am. I'm excited for it. I'm going to take a better part of a week and just kind of hang out and have some fun at home after seeing family at the beginning part of the holiday time. So really looking forward to it. Here's tonight's project that we're going to make, and it kind of looks like it's one of those stair-step cards, but it's really very simple. There's just a couple of things about it that I wanted to kind of point out. And one is that it's a little shorter this way than our standard card, but when you add your top piece, it gives the illusion of a larger card, and it will then fit, except my ribbon's a little tight, it will then fit top to bottom in a regular envelope. So I'm going to show you how you can make this one. This is the paper is from Rustic Harvest in the July to December mini catalog, most of which is on sale or retired, not even available, but there are some bills left, so don't forget to go and check that out. And before I forget to mention it, if you didn't see my post already, this week, Thursday, is free shipping day. So while you won't receive your product in all likelihood before Christmas, you can get some pretty good deals. So if you need some cardstock, or you need some adhesives, or some embellishments, the basic stuff, it's a good time to stock up on that. So I'll be taking orders, or you can go ahead and place the orders directly in my store yourself. The link will be there. Hi, Vicki. And let's play with this card a little bit. So I'm going to do a couple of versions. I think we'll start with this one because I wanted to show you different ways to kind of do it. So you start out with a card base that's 7 by 5.5. So every once in a while you have these cast off pieces that aren't fully half a sheet. So this is kind of a perfect thing to do with this. So 7 inches wide by 5.5 inches tall. You're going to score it in half at 3.5. So that's what I've done already. I'm going to fold it and burnish it. So I get a nice crisp fold on there. Then I've got all my other little bunchy pieces here. So I'm going to put a layer. We're just going to follow our template here. I'm going to put a layer on here of cardstock, and this is a rich raspberry, which I haven't used in forever. It's 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. In fact, it's a titch bigger than that. I guess my cutting measurement was a little bit off, but that's okay. We're talking 1/4 inch smaller. And then our patterned paper. Why did I only use this side? I can't remember. I could use this side just to, I know why. Because this is going to look like snow. This side is very floralish, so I'm going to hide that part. So then this is 5 by 3. So just another 1/4 inch smaller. All right, we're just auditioning our card here. Now, on my sample, this is a square that I've cut out up here. But on tonight's, we're going to use a rectangle. So we can do exactly the same thing. We're going to place this once all these papers are down. So we don't want it to be any taller than 4 1/4. So how I achieved that was I set this up on my grid paper. You could use a ruler. And I know from 8 down to 3 3/4, and that's this line here, I know that's where my 4 1/4 inch height is. So when I'm ready to place this piece down on some straight paper, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to line it up that way. Okay, and then let's see, I've got a couple pieces because we're going to use the adorable penguin punch. So with the penguin punch, I don't stamp the penguin too often. I'll use this part as the white for the body, and then the black part here. Why I have 2 pieces of black? Oh, I know why. It's because I'm going to put this bit in like this. So there's our other layers that I put in the measurements. And then we're going to do some punching with this. And then this piece goes across here, and it is wider by design. And I just embossed this piece. Hi, Linda. Hi, Mark. Merry Christmas to you, too. Welcome. So this piece I embossed with the wintry embossing folder. It's like a 2-pack. And then this is designed to kind of go all the way across here. So, it's just some different colors. Now, let's see. We're going to have to add something. What was the thinking, Diane? Oh, I was going to add some snowflakes on Pool Party. and then I'm just going to put one of the greetings on there and then punch out my little guy here. And I think that was the end of what I wanted to do with this one. So let's get going. Okay, I've got all the measurements for you there, and then post my blog will also give you the measurements for everything. Hi Brenda. And so yeah, you can just see that all there. So if you didn't tune in right at the top and here, we are having a free shipping day, which is a savings of 10% on Thursday, December 15th. So the product won't arrive in time for Christmas in all likelihood if we place it then, because they're still catching up on all our demonstrator pre-orders, but that's okay. You know, it's a good time to stock up on stuff you can use in the new year, because once the holidays hit, many people are going to be super busy and enjoying time with family. Now, if I wanted to put ribbon around it, someone should have stopped me and said, but wait, if you want to put ribbon around your one layer, you just want to be thinking about how much layers you're putting down here. I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting it on this piece. What ribbon did I select? Oh, yeah. This is a pool party. It kind of matches the pool party, so it's going to be very faint and not too bright and not too much taking away, but that's fine. But I kind of thought these looked a little bit like little snow flurries, because you know how for snow we use blues and pool party and such on a paper. So then this piece is going to go along here with the ribbon on it. So I'm going to save a little bit of ribbon. Rather than wrapping it all the way around this piece like this and tying a bow, I'm just going to attach it to the back. So I'm going to use glue dots for that. Actually, I'm going to grab my tear and tape. I just feel like that's going to go a little bit easier for me. Just 2 little strips of tear and tape. And then I'm going to wrap it around. I like tear and tape. It's I'm not as good with the tape runner versions. Like when this runs out, I tend to stop using it. I like liquid glue and tear and tape. It works for me. So I know this piece just needs to be about 6 inches, so I can kind of eyeball it. And then I'll tie my bow and put that on with a glue dot or another bit of tear and tape. I'll just wrap this around. Oop. Fumbly fingers there. It just adds a little bit of shimmer to it, because this ribbon has a little bit of that to it. It's called sheer. That's almost the last bit for me. And then I'm going to glue it down. I've got a little bit of tear and tape in the way there, but we're going to glue it straight down. Ooh, come on. There we go. Just glue it in place rather than popping it up. I'm not doing a bunch of popping up on this. I want to get this positioned for 2 reasons. One, I want to be able to see a little wee bit of my pattern paper there below the pool party, and I want to have an idea where this is going to go, so I'm not too far up or down. So I can put my layer pieces together. I was going to stamp this first though. I was going to put some snowflakes in pool party. So just tone on tone stamping here. I have not used this guy this year, like this crafting season, if you will, and that's unfortunate. I just need my scratch paper. I don't want to mess up my nice piece of paper here. Look at this. What you see here is some of the new products, because I've been playing and using this as my play piece. So I'm going to just randomly stamp my snowflakes around. I guess that's a bit dark. That's okay. I'm going to use the rich raspberry for my greeting, so it's going to be that much bigger. Here we go. That much darker, rather. Okay, so we've got the... Okay. There we go, a little stiff in the hands. So we've got that done. Now we can pick a greeting. These ones are long and skinny, or they tend to be long and skinny in this stamp set. But when you do have them long and skinny like that, this one's cute. Be cool, be chill, be merry. Maybe that's the one I'll use. If they are, you can always cut them into smaller pieces, like cut up the greetings and then kind of sprinkle them around. This one here, my original, I had die cut that out with the Floral Gallery dies, with the Art Gallery stamp set. I like that one. Okay, so let's be cool, be chill, be merry. So I'm going to make sure that's straight. So one of the best ways to get your stamp on straight is to just lay it onto the table and then put your block on top. If you try to take it and put it on with your hand, what tends to happen is it wiggles out of a straight line. This helps. It's not perfect, but it helps. And sometimes we need all the help we can get. So we're going to put this on here, and if we don't think it's dark enough, we have an option. I'm going to put it up near the top. There we go. Oh, that turned out great. And then I'm going to glue it onto this piece of black, and that'll just help it pop. I kind of had a black as my neutral color on the sample one too. This was designed for a purpose. I'm trying to remember what. I think I was thinking this would be a class card, but then kind of going, maybe not. Should I have used that one? No. I had two pieces of black here. Wasn't sure which one I was using. So if you use dies like circles or squares or even rectangles that nest, well, that would work perfectly as well. I didn't in my scalloped rectangles have one, and I wanted to use a scallop that nested. So I just measured and cut these other ones. Right, let's get our guy here. So for the main body, or the inside of the body, I do that in white, and then in black we'll do the main part of the body. Alright, looks like a little dress actually, but then when it layers on like this, and then there's a stamp for the eyes, like here. It's kind of cute. So I'm going to find that one. Where did your eyes go? Uh-oh, I don't like when I'm missing a stamp. That's never good. Especially a little one like that. Oh, there they are. They just come loose from the case. Okay, and I need black for that. Now you could draw eyes on with a marker. I bet like a Sharpie, it would fit perfectly, but for me it would be getting the spacing between them that wouldn't go so well. So that's why I'm using the stamp. Ooh, I kind of ended up smushing it a little bit. That's okay. It just looks cute. And then there's a little nose too. Probably needs a nose. Don't you think? I think he needs a nose. Oop. I don't have a lighter color though. I suppose we could do it for fun and pool party. No, let's keep in Rich Razzleberry because, you know, it's going to be just a little bit different looking. It's not like what a real penguin would look like. Oop, there we go. Okay, got him put together. Hi, Jerry. Thanks for chiming in. So we're going to put this on here with a little bit of liquid glue. You use your adhesive. Tell me in the comments, what's your favorite adhesive? I love my liquid glue. It's so versatile. And I can just pick it up and use it, and I'm good to go. Can't live without my dimensionals, so I would never say, you know, liquid glue over dimensionals. It just wouldn't happen. But your main glue, like that holds stuff down, if you will. What's your favorite? Is it a tape runner? Is it tear and tape? Is it, what is it? I think I'm going to put you like this. Okay. All right, so back to our card base, which we still have a bow to fix. I was lining this up on the 8-inch mark on my grid paper. Yes, liquid glue more and more. Goes a long way, very cheap. I'm going to line up on the 8-inch mark, and then I know the top end of my piece can be 4 1/4, maybe a titch more, but I'm trying to keep it at the 4 1/4. And then I can basically go, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 there, perfect. There's 4 little grid squares. Okay, so I know where I'm going. And I'm only going to put glue on the part that's not sticking out, so the bottom part. Oh, this must be the old one that's kind of almost out. Here's the full one that I just opened on the weekend. Okay. So back to this, we're lined up on the 8-inch mark. We don't want to go any further than 4 1/4, which is here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, just to get it centered top to bottom, or left to right, I guess. You know what I should do is I probably should just put it over to the side. Then that way if it was uneven, it would be fine. No one's going to notice. Right. Last little bit of a ribbon. Me too, but sure, am I going to glue erasers? No kidding. Yes, that is so handy because the glue, I don't know, I seem when I'm working with it, sometimes I get a little dot on my finger and then I go to move the paper and then the dot ends up on the paper and I'm needing to get rid of that. It sticks everywhere. Okay. And I like ribbon. I like ribbon on cards. I don't like buttons on cards though. Remember when buttons were a thing? No. They take up, they're just too big. If they're really flat, maybe. Like our butterflies. I like our little butterfly, brass brushed butterflies. There we go. That can squish down in the mail and be fine. Okay, so there it is. So instead of putting the greeting there, I've got it over here. And did I grab some? I didn't grab any embellishments. I think you get the idea, but that's how that card works. So it's a little bit smaller. One time when we were chatting with my team, one of my team members said that people had told her a full card area that's got a white insert is a little overwhelming, daunting, that they feel they should fill the whole area. So it's interesting insight, right, to us that are card makers. So there we go. Yeah, maybe I'd use, actually, I just can't not do it. So let's get some black dots in there. It just can't be naked, right? All right, add a couple here and there. Let's see. I was going to make him a snowman there. No, we don't want that. With little circles on his belly, or her belly. Put one there. I like uneven numbers, like 3 and a little triangle. There, that just adds a little bit. And I really like these black dots too, which I may keep out because I may need them for the next one. Alrighty, and now that's the penguin. Let's, now that we've done this, quickly move into one with the Scotty dog because he's retiring too, and he is so stinking adorable. So now you know what we're doing with this. 7 by 5.5, scored at 3.5, and folded and burnished. Boom, there we go. Thanks, Jerry. And just a piece of white. Remember, if you use a darker card base, you probably want to put a white on the inside. And then we're going to put our real red on the front. It's 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. So what's everybody doing tonight? Are you, yeah, that's, I use my scissors. Actually, I always use the scissors, but we do have your take your pick tool. I just find that whatever you get used to, it works for me. Less tools on the table. So what's everybody doing tonight? Have you got your Christmas shopping done? Are you stockings? Are you making stuff? Are you relaxing by the fireplace or the television? I am making some. This is 3 by 5. I am prepping for my class on Thursday. It's my last class of the year, in person in Breslau. And so I'm going to do that tonight. prep those cards ready to go and pack it out. So this paper is the Gingham Cottage. I'm gonna miss it, but we have something similar with sort of gingham. It's very in these days. This one I embossed with the Time Worn 3D. So it just gives a little bit of embossing. Making more Christmas cards, okay, right? It's a never-ending thing. This one's going to go down here, and we're going to put some ribbon. I'm going to use the same ribbon as on here, hoping it's not a little bit too much, right? I mean, with the other checkered on it. I don't know. It's cute. It's Christmassy, but it's also, I would say, kind of homemade-ish, you know, like, or what's the word? Like farm look. I don't know. I'm a city girl. What do I know about that? Not much. Okay. Didn't grow up on a farm. No, thank you. All right. Let's see. Can I get this around? There we go. Good job. There we go. So we'll put this around. This just saves a little bit doing it this way. I kind of like it. And just add some liquid glue around it to kind of give it some oomph. And it goes right out to the edges of my white on the card. There we go. So it's nice. It's good and thick, you know, down that side. And then this time, rather than stamping that one, I'm back to the squares, but I've cut out a piece of the this holly berry paper. I was trying to figure the right way up. I think that's what I want to go with. And it's a square. I mean, I can switch it around. So I'm going to put this holly berry paper, has garden green and shaded spruce, I think, in it. Actually, there's a number of different greens, but those ones on this particular pattern. Okay, and that's with a stitched square. The black is just cut with the paper trimmer. And then the red has stitched edges as well. That's the Stylish Shapes dies. They are like my go-tos. There's squares, flagged ends ones, and circles. And I really like those. There's quite a jump between the two nested sizes because it goes from this one to this one, but that's okay. So then this is going to eventually go here, and then we're going to put the Scotty dog for a little embellishment because I had a bunch of them left over. And then this is for the greeting, which I'm going to use from the Christmas Scotty card. So let's get this laid down here. So once again, we line up on the grid paper at 8 inches. Get this going the right way up. How was that? I'm getting dizzy. Wait a second. Like this. And I don't want this to be any further in than 4 1/4. Ooh, this is, I think I moved this up a little bit higher. Let's see, 4 1/4 is there. Well, you know what? I can go a little bit over and it'll still fit in my envelope. So this will be flush against there. Add my glue to the back. There's no right or wrong. Actually, and that's kind of what I did with this one too. This one was much shorter this way. There we go. Putting that down. It's going to stay. So the first person I saw showing how to do this kind of layout took a regular card base and then fold it in half and cut it off. And I thought it's probably easier to just not waste that paper. So that's why I decided to give you the measurement of 7 by 5 1/2. So you can not waste that paper, keep it for something else, because you'd have a bigger slice of the pie left over. All right, this stuff, cotton stuff, just cuts, ties wonderfully. Need a little glue dot behind here. Oh, thanks. Well, that would be nice. Cards are done. I have birthday and anniversary ones to make for December. Ooh, that's like doubling down on the activities, isn't it? Birthdays and anniversaries in the same month. I'm glad you're going to case them. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. It's a simple layout. I like it a lot. I'm going to show you one more, so hang with me. So then just going to put a greeting on here real quick, because if I don't, I'll forget and not get it done, and you know, that won't be good. Oh, there it is. There's my piece already cut. But I think I was going to cut around it. Whoa! This is where I keep all the extra pieces that are left over from a card, and they end up inside this case that the stamp set's in till I have them jump around. I think I was going to do this in red, but I'm quite happy to do it in black. And I can either fussy cut, or I did a pretty darn good job of cutting that. Not bad at all for lining it up. And put that like that. I think I'm just going to trim it off a little bit. See, you don't need a fancy trimmer to make these cuts. You can just go right in and do your straight lines. And you know what? If you need a die or a punch, you need a die or a punch. Sometimes it's easy just to do this though, because no one's really gonna, they're gonna be so pleased to just get a handmade card. They're not gonna be looking at it too closely in the sense of saying, oh, she didn't get that straight. Totally not. Right, dimensionals. We need 2, I think. And then we're going to pop our little Scotty dog up, and then I'm going to show you where, I better figure out where the dog's going, because he's a bit bigger, right? I'm going to make sure we have a good spot for him. I haven't thought about what I'm going to put for his nose or eyes or that, but that's what I ended up with. That was kind of what I was going for. Now I'll give you a sneak peek. I've been doing swap cards because my pre-order came in, and we have a new bundle called Greatest Journey, and this is the card I made for that swap using the same idea. So I did a little stamping on the inside. It has these awesome dies in silhouettes. Now the dies are not matching a stamp in some of the cases. So there's a person running, and then there's a person on a bicycle. But I just love how they can be cut as a silhouette, not need to be stamped. There's the paper that goes with, and you belong among the stars. I thought that was cute. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so there's a couple of ideas for you with this one as you decide to case it. Thank you so much. I won't be live on Wednesday. I'm going to do a pre-recorded. I have an idea to share with you on double embossing, but I am heading out with a friend to the museum in Guelph for storytelling night. It's going to be fun. So thanks for watching and hanging with me, folks. Have a good evening. I'll see you soon. Bye now.